Hey guys, Mindie Kniss here. I wanted to say a couple things that I learned in the process of getting kicked off Facebook yesterday. I apparently caused quite a scandal when I posted a public response to a private email that I had received. And I'm not going to go into all the details. You can read that in the post below if you are interested in that. But here were a few of the things that I learned. And before I get to that, I really want to just thank you and appreciate you because so many of you were super supportive. And I love that. That felt amazing. You guys are so awesome, especially for the willingness to open to the conversation, to come with an open mind and an open heart to a conversation that oftentimes is brushed underneath the rug and just not discussed. And there was a lot of really cool engagement in the comments. It went viral really quickly. Within a couple of hours, the post had been seen by something like 300,000 something, which is crazy. And there were so many comments and shares and likes, etc., and that was all amazing. So I really just want to offer my gratitude to you for engaging in that conversation and showing your support. That was fantastic. Now, a couple of the things that I learned. One is this idea of a pedestal. Now, let me remind you that people post on Facebook their highlight reel most of the time. They're probably not going to post the terrible things that are happening in their private life or the things that are really hard at the time in their life. And you can easily think, oh, this person's so awesome, or they've got it all together, or whatever other assumption that you're making. But I want to remind you that we are all human. You know, yesterday I was getting a lot of comments like, oh, Mindie, you're amazing. You're such an angel. Sean is so lucky, and all of these type of things. And while I thank you for those compliments, I also want to remind you that, look, I can be a real bitch too. Just ask anyone in my family and they'll probably tell you. Here's the thing. We all have this human spectrum. And we can choose to be awesome, the best self that we can be. Or we can choose to be a super bitch or just a complete asshole. And we all have the choice where on that spectrum we're going to come from. So I want to just offer that up, that there is this idea of, oh, Mindie, it's so great that you can look past Sean's disability. And I'm like, hey, I'm not looking past anything. I'm very clear on that he is in a wheelchair, that he has OI. I'm not looking past that, and yet I can still love him for all of the awesome things that he is, and guess what? Even for his limitations too. And hello, we all have some kind of handicap, whether it was a physical handicap or not, we've all got some limitations. So to love each other in the midst of those things that are sometimes very frustrating or sometimes very irritating or sometimes just challenging or difficult, that's really what it's all about. So just to kind of put a gentle reminder out there that nobody's this saint walking on the earth. You know, if they had figured all that out, they probably wouldn't be here anymore. So just a reminder. The second thing was that people will use or come up with a definition of love that suits their own perspective. Now, a lot of people yesterday were not thrilled about how I publicly had responded to this woman, and they made that very clear in the Facebook comments as well. So what I would say to that, though, is that there are a variety of different kinds of love. You know, there's a kind of love that comes from a parent to, say, a newborn baby as they're coddling them and they're just very gentle with them, because people were saying, oh, Mindie, that wasn't very compassionate of you, or that wasn't from the heart, the way that you responded to this woman. And I say, guess what? Love is also a powerful, fierce force that is here to wake you up. You know, none of my clients would say that I coddle them, but they would say that there is this fierce and determined love that I have for them, because I know that there is something that they are here to do in the world that is way bigger than what they're currently doing. So I'm going to, use love as my tool, but sometimes that feels like a 2x4 to the head, and sometimes, guess what, that's a good thing, because we wake up to the reality of like, wow, I've got something to do here, let's get on it. So there's a variety of different definitions of love, and it was just very interesting to see how people would use them to really support their own point of view about what that looked like. So just something I noticed. The third thing is that if you are something in private, you are that in public. And this is a reminder to me and to everyone out there, is that we live in an age of cell phone cameras, recording devices, internet, social media, all of that stuff. So if you are going to be rude or whatever in private, you are that. If you are going to be a bigot in private, you are a bigot. If you're going to be a racist in private, you are a racist. Just because that doesn't come out publicly all the time doesn't mean that there is this, that, oh, I'm not that because my public persona is so perfect. But hey, let's be real. If you're going to put something out there, I mean, this would be like if I had discussed my sex life with my husband online somewhere, and then somebody somehow exposed that to a greater audience. Like, really? Should I be surprised at that? No, this is an age of overexposure. And as I stated in my post, I am an advocate for privacy. I really don't think that it's any of your business what my husband and I do in our bedroom. But I also am aware of the fact that this is, the society and the culture that we live in. It's all about exposure. So just a reminder that just make sure you're choosing from that best self, whether you're in private or sending somebody a private message or publicly, because it's all out there. It can be spread very quickly these days, and you just want to be careful on that. So again, I just want to thank you all so much. I really, really appreciated all the support yesterday. And let's go change the world together and do something awesome. Have a great day.